I just need this to be known going into the review. I went to a theater to watch this movie, and I have a ticket. Wow. So Playmobil is about a brother and sister who find themselves trapped in the world of Playmobil, and when the brother gets kidnapped, the sister has to work with strangers, thus kicking her into an adventure that she never could have imagined. This was a movie I didn't really intend on seeing. It didn't look good at all from the trailers. The thing that put me off the most about it is that it looks like a really cheap Lego movie knockoff, but I went in regardless because I think film is subjective. You need to go in, make your own opinion on it, and I shouldn't have. I did read some of the reviews going into the movie, and I saw how bad those reviews are, so I kind of had emoji level expectations. And if you go in with emoji movie level expectations, it's not terrible. Now, I do want to be clear. It is terrible, but it's not as bad as the emoji movie was. Thank goodness. And when I say that, it's mainly the cringiness of it. What made the Emoji Movie so painful, on top of a poor script and bad animation, was just how cringy it was, and all these terrible trends that it tries to include. It just makes the experience so much worse. But with Playmobil, you don't really have any of those elements in this movie. There's not really any room for them, so you're left without the cringiness. You're just left with a bad movie in general. Also, I do want to mention, I think the voice cast is actually pretty good in this movie. You have Anya Taylor-Joy, Jim Gaffigan, Daniel Radcliffe, Kenan Thompson's in there for a little bit. It's not a bad cast, and I think everybody, for the most part, does a pretty good job. But where the main problem of this movie is the story and the script. Honestly, it doesn't feel like they put a lot of effort into crafting an original story. It just felt like a 99-minute commercial for Playmobil. And obviously, the comparisons to the Lego movie are very much deserved. This definitely does feel like a cheap knockoff of the Lego movie, and I love the Lego movie. But what's interesting about this is that going into the Lego movie, everybody thought that this was just a Lego commercial. Lego had kind of gotten out of touch for a lot of people, and so a lot of people thought it was Lego just trying to get back in the game, and in the process, they make a really fantastic movie with a really creative idea, an original story with really great characters, and a hilarious script. And you can tell that this movie is really trying to be that. It's really trying to be that next Lego movie. And to be completely honest, it just lacks that originality and that creativity that made the Lego movie so great. I mean, the whole point of the Lego movie was to encourage creativity. That's the entire point of the movie, is that you don't have to follow the instructions. You can do whatever your mind leads you to do. You can try new things, see what works, see what doesn't. Just be yourself, try new things, express yourself however you feel like it. This was just like, what if this happened? Okay, let's do that. It just felt all shoved in and forced. It didn't work. Another thing I didn't know about this movie going into it was that it was a musical. Yeah, that was a really quick turnoff at the 5-minute mark. I mean, I don't know who is writing these songs anymore, but this wasn't good. This felt so generic and so boring, and it wasn't even executed all that well, too. There's one specific part, like, almost right when they get to Playmobil World, I don't know what it's called, and they're on a pirate ship, and they're, like, chanting. I don't know. It just doesn't work, and it's like offbeat. The instrumentation and the lyrics, they just don't make sense. You can tell that they're like trying to rhyme or like talk with the beat, but it just feels awkward and off. As a person who loves music and is a musician, it hurt a lot. And on top of that, it's just a super predictable story that you've seen in every single kids movie before. And yeah, it's just not good. And I'd have to say, this is a movie that I'd look at with a Jim Halpert face. I promise I have a breakdown and explanation for my ratings, and I'll make a video at some point kind of explaining that, because a Gold Star Award and a Jim Halpert face doesn't give you a whole lot of context for what I think about movies. So I'll make a video on that pretty soon, just kind of explaining my rating system that I came up with. Since this review was mostly negative, I'd love to hear what is your favorite animated movie of the year, put them down in the comments below. I'd love to check out your opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews on this channel very soon. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot more reviews. So let me know what movies I should review, especially as we approach the end of the year. I've got a lot of movies that I'm trying to catch up on, especially that are getting a lot of Oscars and award buzz. So be on the lookout for those. I'm also working on some ranked lists for the end of the year, the end of the decade. And I'm also working on a short film, so stay tuned for that. You can find the social media links in the description below. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.